guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an email that was sent from a subscriber. This is from a guy who shares a story from his work that involves infidelity as well as hooking up with your coworkers. You're going to see how obviously once again it's proven that doing those things is a very, very bad idea. And about how the president of his company and a woman who was like the top accountant, company controller, something like that, were involved, and how, let's just say, her husband found out about this and showed up and nearly off the guy. And that'll be a very good one to go over here, guys, once again reminding why, A, you don't cheat or have affairs. Aside from the fact it's just awful to do that, how you never know who the person you're cheating with, what's going to happen from one of their loved ones coming after you. Seriously. Number 2, don't get involved with coworkers. Your place of where you work is your place of business, where you earn a paycheck, grow your career, not for hooking up. You can have eye candy there, but beyond that, don't freaking do it. But before I get into this, real quick, I got an email from a young subscriber thanking me for my work, how it's helped him out, and a young guy on his grind. He says here, hello SSM. I've been a viewer of yours for about a year now, and I just want to say thank you for the content that you produce. It really has helped me. I came across you at a good time when I just got out of college. I'm a relationship type of guy and was looking for one after college. But these stories and your sage advice, your sage advice have helped me tremendously in realizing the errors in my thinking and how messed up my view of relationships really were. And he says, I blame Hollywood for creating this stereotype. Well, the guys that wrote that shit are all on strike because, well, you know why. I'm thankful I got to hear it from everyone else's experience before I made a really big mistake. Yes, this is why I share these stories, so young guys can hear these stories and realize, shit, I'm not doing that again, or whatever. I realize that I should be prioritizing myself and my career above anything else, as well as the importance of having a hobby. And I gotta learn about female nature, the good and the bad, and the importance of not putting them on a pedestal and taking the lead. Some facts did surprise me, and I'm now aware of them. Also, I learned that I should not put up with any kind of BS or disrespect in a relationship. A relationship I might come across because it could snowball into a bigger issue. Exactly. And not just with women that you're involved with, but with anybody, man. Right now, I'm taking it easy, living with my parents while working until I can get a place of my own. Hopefully, the interest rate lowers enough in the future for me to buy a house. In the meantime, I do exercise, read, and I'm looking for some kind of martial arts for a hobby. Awesome, brother. You're on the right path. You can use this in your video if you come across this, but I doubt you will, given how popular you become. But keep up the good work. Young men like me need to hear your message everywhere, so keep spreading the word. Well, brother, I appreciate what you said, and good for you for being on your grind. It's going to probably be a while before interest rates come down. I can tell you that right now. They're only going to come down when inflation gets around the 2% level. And keep in mind, this is what the government says inflation is, what it really is, or we go into a recession. But that will be a while. So the economy is slowing down, but not enough that they're going to lower interest rates anytime soon. At best, it might happen in 2024. So in the meantime, just keep working your butt off, live with your parents, which I assume is for rent-free, stockpile your cash. You could probably keep your money in a money market account earning over 4% right now, and that way you can grow a bigger and bigger future down payment. And when rates come down that you're comfortable with, you can go ahead, get yourself a place. Good for you. Keep planning ahead, live beneath your means. You're going to be okay. And enjoy the martial arts. It's a fantastic workout and experience. All right, on to the main story. This guy says, good morning, SSM. I discovered your channel a few weeks ago and have been binge watching ever since. You and other channels have really motivated me to focus on my purpose and make myself the best version of me that I can be. Bro, I'm so happy to hear that. Every day, keep working towards your goals. Little effort every day, and you're good. I wanted to share this story as I felt it might help men understand both the consequences of infidelity as well as the lasting damage it can bring to your reputation. These events happened a month before I was hired at my current job. However, they've been repeated to me to the point that I have them memorized, and my perception of the parties involved have been entirely shaped around them. Before I was brought on to work the company that was doing very well for itself. All positions were filled, including managers and the accounting department. The primary accountant was a woman who, for the sake of the story, we will call D. D as in dipshit. Her job at the company involved making invoices for customers as well as tracking down money that was owed by customers who we all describe as problem children who routinely miss their billing deadlines. D has been renamed in the facility as she who shall not be named since the events I'm about to detail. So she sounds like Voldemort's wife. She has a husband and 2 children. About a month before I was brought on, D started having an affair with our faculty manager, who we will call E. Really, you could have D and E. You could have said just, F or something that would not rhyme together, but okay. E, the man, was the company president's choice to succeed him when he retires and is an integral part of the operations here. Loved by everyone and a very hands-on worker, he was friendly with everyone. Well, a little too friendly with D. And routinely stayed late as well as managed day-to-day operations. He, like D, also had a family with children. So we're going to have 2 cheaters here with husband or spouses and children and all that. How nice. As the company president, details the events that would shake the entire business and eventually led to my hiring. He said that one day he heard screaming and cries of pain down the hall. He went down to investigate only to find D's husband repeatedly stabbing E in the head with a screwdriver while she was screaming for help. They managed to get the husband off and E as he ran out of the building. Another faculty manager saw the husband flooring his car towards the exit. In order to prevent him from ramming down the gate, the manager opened the gate for him. The husband stopped the car to yell at the manager, "If you had to open the gate, I was going to ram it." After that, he drove off. The cops were called, and it was discovered that the reason behind the attack was that E and D were cheating on their respective spouses with each other. There you go. Jobs and careers are now in jeopardy. That guy was almost off at his work. Again, you never know who you're hooking up with and what was going on. And obviously, this guy knew that she was married and had kids, and that guy lost it and showed up and attacked him in the workplace with a screwdriver. Seriously. Now, I've gotten stories from young guys saying that there were times that they've hooked up with girls and they had absolutely no idea that they had boyfriends, and later on found out. And some of these guys went and I did a whole story about one guy who found out he was nailing a married woman. She hit it really well, and he went and told the guy. I'm sure many of you guys remember that story. It's an ongoing story. I'm waiting for more updates here. So be very, very careful who you're getting involved with. And again, don't get involved with your coworkers. And certainly don't cheat. This event shook the facility. Once the infidelity was discovered by the president, he questioned both of them about the events, which led to some shocking revelations. D, the woman, husband, had several prior arrests and was brought up on charges previously for some bad things. So his attack on E suddenly made a lot more sense. So she was hooking up with the future president of the company, knowing darn well her husband has a history of this. Maybe she likes to get him worked up. Maybe that's a game she likes to play. Seriously. Furthermore, D, the woman, had been asked recently for access to the security system of the compound, and she had found an IT company that she trusted and thought it would be a good fit. Upon investigation, this company specialized in cameras, which the facility had everywhere, to ensure that there were no overnight trespassers. It seemed that E, the guy, and D, the girl, again, E and fucking D, she had picked letters that didn't rhyme. I gotta say that, because everybody else is going to say it in the comment section. The 2 a-holes were meeting up after work and cheating on their spouses, but the more they did so, the more their spouses had grown suspicious. D had told E that if she were to get access to the security system, they could have intimacy at the facility after hours. This would be a great cover story to their families. One could argue that guy got what he deserved. I mean, he obviously didn't die, but because he knowingly was cheating with a woman, married and had kids, and so did he. She denied all of this in the meeting and claimed no cheating had taken place. Of course she denied it. He, on the other hand, admitted outright that the cheating was the one oh, God's sakes. E, on the other hand, admitted outright the cheating and was the one to volunteer the information. Both were fired on the spot. Well, good. They should have been fired on the spot. Look what happened there. Look what the reputation of the company for having that thing go down. And what if somebody else was there that had nothing to do with it and got hurt? I mean, seriously. Jackasses. After this, he would detail what happened to his wife, who amazingly did not divorce him. Probably because of his money. But then again, she got divorced him and took him to the cleaners anyway. My understanding was because of the children. However, the entire family from that point on was stalked by D, who was constantly looking for E, presumably to resume the affair. She was stalking him. Freaking wacko. And by the way, she was the big accountant that had a lot of control of how things worked, the finances and the company and who owes what and everything. This happened so much that a restraining order was placed on her to keep his family safe. The same was done to the husband, who had disappeared. We're still unsure where he is. As for the guy, he was eventually hired back due to how integral his role was at the facility, but the trust surrounding him had been shattered. His role was greatly reduced, and the faculty was restructured to take some of the responsibilities away from him. This included my hiring as well as the hiring of several remote workers, something the company was greatly against. Well, they can be against remote workers all they want, but remote workers is the future. All these companies are trying to go against it. You're going to lose good people and not get good people. It's fucking idiotic. People can do a fantastic job of their job at home. Make it happen. Accommodate people. Otherwise, you're going to lose good people. A lot of these companies refuse to do this, and it's going to hurt them. When I met E, the only thing I knew about him was his fall from grace. While I maintained a good relationship with him, this story will always be in my mind when speaking to him. While this story doesn't have some great revenge scheme, I think it's important people remember to start cheating. When people start cheating, they never fully realize that it affects other people outside of them until a screwdriver is in their face. Thank you for your time. So, bro, good story there. Good reminder to everybody out there why you don't cheat, have affairs, and really figure out if you are dating, whatever, find out a little more about them. And sometimes it's not your fault, but there are people out there that are in committed relationships and they cheat anyway, and the other people have no idea. And of course, don't get involved with your coworkers. Don't screw up your livelihood just for some easy ass. It's ridiculous. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. It's a quick one. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this, and be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.